this room, there are different views, different ways of expression, different emotional intensities, and different roads that lead to conclusions. May we combine clarity of mind with kindness of heart, and may we be impartial without bending to strong personalities. May we sacrifice self-interest for the good of the whole. May we do our work with love and clarity of vision for the benefit of those we represent.
Thank you.
And I'll call the meeting to order. Is there any late items?
There is one late item, Your Worship, is a letter to be considered in closed. So it will mean when we close the meeting, we'll close it under section 91A as well as B and C.
Okay. Do we have to make a motion to accept the closed item?
If you could just amend the agenda, adopt the agenda as amended to the closed item.
Adopt the agenda as amended.
Okay, a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, adoption of minutes. That council adopt the September 18th, 2017 council minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. September 22nd special committee, the whole meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on those minutes? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 4.3, October 2nd, 2017, Committee of the Whole meeting minutes as presented. Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 4.4, October 6th, 2017, Special Committee of the Whole meeting minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. October 10th, 2017, Special Council meeting adoption as presented.
Moved.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, and we'll move on to the report of the Chief Administrative Officer.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just a few items to note this month. The North Cowichan Water Project's paving for Rosewood and Uplands will be proceeding shortly and should be complete by the end of October. The project for Seine Road water upgrades has been delayed as North Cowichan has decided to replace the sanitary sewer as well. So staff is working closely with North Cowichan staff to determine the best path forward, and that will be beneficial to both municipalities to do it as a joint project. The new zoning bylaw, staff are working on the changes recommended by Committee of the Whole on October 2nd, and an information sheet is being distributed later this week to downtown businesses and property owners through the Downtown Duncan VIA. Rather than a set open house date, staff have determined that the best might be to make a specific invite through that information sheet to connect with staff in the coming weeks to meet one-on-one or in groups, whatever works convenient for their timelines, rather than an open house that may not work for time for everyone. At the November Committee of the Whole meeting, staff intend to recommend that Council set a new public hearing date of November 27th to ensure a lengthy period of time between those discussions and the revised bylaw. And lastly, the amalgamation referendum process communications consultant RFP was issued September 26th and is due on October 27th. The City of North Cowichan staff will be meeting with the Ministry staff on Monday, October 23rd, so 1 week today. And Ministry staff has asked that if there are any questions that either Council, North Cowichan or the City, would like answers to, it would be great to get those in advance so they may have time to research them prior to our meeting on the 23rd. So if there's anything that's ruminating, please let us know and we'll try to get those answers back. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So if we have questions, what's the process for putting the questions forward?
I think an email would simply, that'll suffice. Or if there's something to myself or Talitha would be sufficient.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Anything else for? So I'll move to 6.1, the annual application grants and aid report. The 2018 annual grants and aid report and 2018 grant application review matrix by the Director of Finance, October 6, 2017, received for information.
So moved.
Okay, second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 6.2, BC Forest Discovery Centre, that council approve grant and aid to the Forestry Discovery Centre in the amount of $1,000 for hosting Accessibility Awareness Days.
So moved.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 6.3, Couch and Energy Alternatives. That council approve a grant and aid to Couch and Energy Alternatives in the amount of $1,000 for sustaining and expanding the public education program.
So moved.
Do I have a seconder? And discussion? Councillor Duncan.
Thank you, Your Worship. I just think that it's really great that we're actually teaching the kids because, you know, it's hard to break old dogs like me, old habits. So by teaching the kids, that's how we're going to get a better world. We did the same thing with seatbelts and a lot of other things. Go after the kids, and then they bug the adults to do the right thing.
Any further discussion? Okay, I'm going to call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Couch and Folk Guild 6.4, that council approve a grant and aid to the Couch and Folk Guild in the amount of $500 for food for the volunteers at Island Folk Fest. Do I have a mover?
So moved.
Second? Okay, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 6.5, that council approve a grant and aid to Couch and Therapeutic Riding Association for the amount of $1,500 to purchase new equipment, enhance and expand adapted vaulting program.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And I'm going to ask Councillor Jackson to take the next one. I'm going to leave for 6.6
Okay.
due to a conflict with work.
So this is in regard to the Couch and Valley Intercultural and Immigrant Aid Society, that council approve a grant and aid for the Couch and Valley Intercultural and Immigrant Aid Society in the amount of $1,250 for the Youth Ambassador Program. Moved. Seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Thank you, Councillor Jackson.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so 6.7, Couch and Valley Performing Arts Foundation, that council approve a grant and aid to the Couch and Valley Performing Arts Foundation for $1,000, either the Couch and Music Kids Instrument Library or the bursary program.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? Councillor Jackson.
I think these people do absolutely wonderful work with youth. They, it's the only locally founded not-for-profit organization in the Cowichan Valley dedicated to providing financial assistance through bursaries and scholarships solely to youth aged 18 and under, so children who want to learn to play instruments and get involved in music, theater, dance, singing, and more, who come from financially challenged families, have an opportunity to be able to develop their skills, and I think this is well deserved.
Anyone else? Councillor Bell?
I would agree. I've actually seen I've seen some of the kids that have benefited from these bursaries, and I don't think they would have the opportunity to do some of the things they do otherwise. I wasn't here for the original debate. I would have given them more. Every year I try and debate for more, and every year I lose. But I think there's lots of kids sport programs, and this is the only one. They're sharing this with dance, music, instruments. They have to get them tap shoes, and you wouldn't believe the cost of performing, going to provincials. And I've seen some of the people running this, and it's all volunteer. They're not pulling any wages for anybody from this. It goes directly to the youth. I would give more, but I agree. I think I've seen it benefit the youth.
Okay, any more discussion? No? I'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 6.8, Downtown Business Improvement Area Society, that we approve the DBIA in the amount of $2,500 for Downtown Duncan Day.
So moved.
Second? Anyone second that? Okay, discussion. No, seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. That the 6.9, that council approve a grant and aid for the Duncan Couch Summer Festival Society in the amount of $10,000 for Summer Festival. And that approval of the grant and aid be contingent upon the Duncan Couch and Summer Festival, including a message for the city and the city's logo in the 2018 Summer Festival program.
So moved.
Second. Okay, discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 6.10, Duncan Daycare Society. The council deny the grant and request from the Duncan Daycare Society in the amount of $1,250 for Arcadian Early Learning Center staff professional development.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Jubilee Community Garden Society. That council approve a grant and aid to the Jubilee Community Garden Society in the amount of $1,320 for educational and community building workshop.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Councillor Jackson.
I think this is another astonishingly amazing organization. They work with children, they work with seniors, they teach people how to garden. They also work with new immigrants to the community. They have workshops. They're like the anchor tenant, basically, in Centennial Park, and we're part of turning that whole park around from an abandoned area of Duncan that was not really safe to go into to an extremely vibrant and wonderful space to be. So I can't say enough about them.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 6.12, Couch and District Hospital Foundation. Council approved providing a Delmore Johnny print with the value of $200 to the Couch and District Hospital Foundation for their annual champagne dinner and auction fundraising event.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 7.1, Flag Raising Poppy Days and Remembrance Day Ceremony. The Council approved Couch and Branch 53 Royal Canadian Legion request to hold the annual flag raising ceremony on Sunday, October 29th, 2017, and the Poppy Tag Days on Friday, October 27th, 2017, to Friday, November 10th, 2017. And that staff be directed to support the Legion's Remembrance Day ceremony by printing the programs, advertising the newspaper, scheduling commissioners' attendance, having public works staff set up and take down vases, stanchions, seats, and tents, and requesting that the fire department blast the sirens, the Island Corridor Foundation limit railway traffic or maintenance, and the RCMP provide traffic control, and that all members of council be encouraged to be present at the flag raising and Remembrance Day ceremonies.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Reports of staff. 8.1, Couch and Lawn Bowling Club and Duncan Housing Society lease. The council support in principle the lease of a portion of the city lands and Duncan Housing Society lands at 325 and 280 First Street to the Couch and Lawn Bowling Club for 3 10-year terms, substantially as to the October 16th, 2017 report of the CAO, and that notice of the disposition of city lands for lease be advertised pursuant to Section 26 of the Community Charter, and that notice of intention to provide assistance by disposing of land for less than market value be advertised pursuant to Section 24 of the Community Charter, and that once the notice requirements have been fulfilled in accordance with Section 94 of the Community Charter, that the lease be forwarded to Council for consideration at the November 20th, 2017 Council meeting.
I'm going on strike. Somebody else has to move it.
I'll move it. I've been your wing person.
Okay.
Here.
Any discussion? Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 8.2, the Downtown Parking Study Award. That Council award Watt Consulting Group the contract to carry out and complete the downtown parking study as outlined in RFP number 2017-07 at the total cost of $54,987, including GST. Second. Nicely done. Second. Okay. Any discussion? Questions? Councillor Bruce.
Just wondering from staff what we're hoping to get from the parking study, other than the obvious, but if there's any comments from staff on having a parking study?
Parking study, Worship, is to do a recap of what the existing facilities are, what we have, what the demand likely is. It does include as well 2 workshops, essentially with the BIA and their members, to discuss parking in the downtown and look towards the future. So what's our current capacity, what's it projected to need in the downtown, and what kind of facilities are we going to need to utilize to address parking demands in the future. So this was originally intended to be part of a larger master transportation plan as well, but as council is aware, we removed that portion of the project as that's something that's a little more global in scale depending on the outcome of amalgamation, whereas this is downtown specific on what's the capacity for parking downtown and look towards the future.
Okay, any other questions? Councillor Horgan.
Just a comment more than a question. Sounds like a horrendous amount of money to be just discussing our parking situation that we have right now. $54,000 is a lot of money. That seems a little too strong for my budget. Thanks.
Okay. Anyone else? Hearing none, I'm going to call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Councillor Horgan opposed? Carried. Oh, sorry. Oh, try that again. All those in favor? I didn't look to the other side. All those opposed? Okay, we have a tie vote, so the motion is defeated. 8.3, 2017 perpetual. Did I miss something? No.
Well, I'm not sure what council wishes to do now that it was a budgeted project at 6,000 and this was under budget. So.
Okay. Yes, Councillor. Oh, just Councillor Duncan.
Thank you. Your worship. I think we should wait. I don't want to spend $54,000. We don't even know whether or not we're going to have a city. We'll have to wait and see what the vote comes with. So you know what? Let's put the money in the bank and earn some interest in the meantime.
Okay. Councillor Horgan, did you want to say one more thing? And the question's already been called, so really not open to debating this, but.
I'm not going to debate it. I'm just going to agree with Councillor Duncan.
Okay. So 6.3, the 2017 Perpetual Trophy for Excellence and Sportsmanship Award. That the Perpetual Trophy for Excellence in Sportsmanship report by the Director of Corporate Services, October 16, 2017, I keep doing that, be received for information.
Moved.
Second. Any discussion? Councillor Jackson?
Yes, I have the name of a person that I would like to bring forward closed later. I just heard about this person, very deserving, today, and we can talk about it in the closed, if that's okay. So, I mean, if I'm bringing a name forward, does just receiving this for information prevent me from bringing it into closed?
Through your worship, the alternate recommendation on the report is to extend the deadline for the Sports Trophy Award until the end of this month, because at this time it has been closed according to council's policy.
So if we turn this one down, we could just move a motion to extend the deadline. Okay. So until I have an opportunity to talk to you, I would like us to defeat this motion and come forward with a new motion.
Okay. Any other discussion on the motion as it stands? Okay, so all those in favor of the motion as it stands? All those opposed? Okay, so motion defeated.
I move that we extend the deadline for the nominations for the Perpetual Trophy for Excellence in Sportsmanship for a week.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? No? Oh, Councillor Duncan?
A week seems a little short. By the time we get out of here, I'd be more inclined to go till the end of the month on an extension rather than 1 week, because today's the 16th already. So you know, it just seems like putting some pressure on staff. Not needed. Two weeks is puts us back to when we're going to have another meeting anyway.
Okay. Is that a friendly enough amendment? Okay. So I'll call the question if no further hands are up. Okay. Question on the motion. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 8.4 Building Statistics. That the Building Statistics Summary of Building Permits for the month of September 2017 as attached to the report by the Building Inspector be received for information. A mover?
So moved.
Second. Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Moving to 9.1 bylaws. Bylaw number 3139.03 2017, Animal Regulation and Impounding Bylaw, that council give 3 readings to Animal Regulation and Impounding Amendment Bylaw 3139.03 2017, a bylaw to amend the Animal Regulation and Impounding Bylaw to correct the section numbering and include licensing provisions for dangerous dogs. Second, any discussion on the motion? No? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Bylaws 10.1, that council adopt the permissive tax exemption bylaw number 3169 2017, a bylaw to provide for permissive tax exemptions. I have a mover.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion on motion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 10.2, bylaw number 3171 2017, permissive tax exemption, Island Corridor Foundation.
I'll have to excuse myself.
Okay.
Conflict?
That council adopt permissive tax exemption bylaw number 3171 2017, a bylaw to provide for a permissive tax exemption for the Island Corridor Foundation. Do I have a mover? Second. Okay. Any discussion on this motion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. You get Councillor Bruce back. Okay, 10.3, that council adopt Works and Services Amendment Bylaw number 3158.01 2017, a bylaw to amend the Works and Services Bylaw to exclude tenant improvements to existing buildings and to increase construction value threshold.
So moved.
Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, do I have a seconder first and then staff? Paige, Peter, you.
Just going to point out that Councillor Bruce, you have absented yourself for the discussion regarding this bylaw in the past.
Okay, I'm in conflict again, so I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Thank you. Okay, so, yes.
Through you to Mr. Duverty, for anybody watching, I'm wondering if you could explain what the implications of this are, please.
The original bylaw, the Works and Services bylaw, establishes certain levels of requirements for development, sidewalks out in front of the developments and whatnot. This bylaw clarifies some of the steps at which that is required. So in the original drafting of the bylaw, if it was a very, very large property and had a relatively small building addition, would have triggered quite a large frontage improvement. So this is scaling that back somewhat so that the scale of the requirements match the scale of the development itself a little more closely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Proclamations, 11.1. So the proclamation, oh, sorry, Councillor Bruce.
It's changed.
Has changed. I have the new proclamation. I will wait for Councillor Bruce. Okay, so proclamation 11.1 should read that council proclaim October 22nd, 2017 as the bicentenary of the birth of the prophet founder of the Baha'i faith in the city of Duncan. Do I have a mover?
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 11.2, the council proclaim October 2017 as Community Living Month in the city of Duncan.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 11.3, BC Aware Days 2018 to January 29th. January 29th to February 9th, 2018. That council proclaim January 29th to February 9th as BC Aware Days in the city of Duncan. I wasn't done yet. Okay, any discussion? Councillor Jackson?
Yeah, I'd never actually heard of this before, but it has to do with cybersecurity, trying to engage professional tech development people to get involved in cybersecurity, as well as students who are interested in entering into these fields. It's about personal security on your computer, and so it's kind of interesting. I had known nothing about it.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor, opposed, carried. 12, reports from mayor and council. Are there any council members that would like to report? Seeing no hands, we'll move on to 13, new business. Any new business? Questions? Sound is good. Councillor Horgan?
One question, I'm not sure if it's appropriate right now. I was just wanting to get an update on the Uncle Albert's legal thing. Can we talk about that now, or do we have to go and close for that? No?
No.
Okay.
Later meeting, we can possibly do that.
Okay. So 15 then, point 1, resolve to go into closed session. That this meeting be closed to the public under the following sections of the community charter. Section 91B, personal information about an identifiable individual who's been considered for a municipal award or honor, or who was offered to provide a gift to the municipality on condition of anonymity. I think I said that wrong. And section 91C, labor relations and other employee relations.
So moved.
Second? Yes.
You'd also want to close the meeting under section 91A, which is personal information about an identifiable individual who holds or is being considered for a position as an officer, employee, or agent of the municipality or another position appointed by the municipality, and that's just to deal with the late item that was added to the closed agenda.
Okay, thank you. Okay, do I have a mover?
So moved.
Second? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.